Yeah, hi. So as promised today, I'm going to make a little video about the Max Rare Goat Format deck. So I already organized the cards and I'm going to show you what actually is my high rare deck. And of course it has to be a Chaos deck because the Chaos monsters are pretty expensive. And yeah, I just straight gonna show you the cards I put in. So of course there has to be a Black Luster Soldier, and I took the Korean version. EV11 because at the moment it's the priciest version to get. It's €700 or $700 if you can find it, because that's another thing, it's hard to get. And for the Chaos Sorcerers I decided to play two, and these are as well the Korean versions from EV10, and they cost around $750 or euro at the moment, but it's pretty hard to find two at the same time, and so that's $1,500. And I don't play three sorcerers because that's just too risky to have a handful of sorcerers and too few light or dark in the graveyard, so I think two is enough. And I always try to play a Jinzo in the deck because I love Jinzo, but on the other hand it means that you don't play that many traps. But I have a huge spell core, so I don't need that many traps. And so here is the Jinzo first edition, and in near mint at the moment that's €500 or $300. And then for the non-tributors, I'm playing a lot of 4-star monsters, and the first one is Breaker the Magical Warrior, and I'm playing the tournament pack version, because that's at the moment just more expensive than the Magician's Force version. And this card is pretty different between Europe and the States, because you have to pay around 400 at the moment, but the price before was much cheaper. Super rare tournament pack card. I play one Dekoichi because I don't want to lose them all by Nobleman of Crossout, so I play different flip monsters. And as you see, that's not first edition, because for Rise of Destiny it's harder to get the unlimited versions, and they're also a little pricier, so like $120, while the first edition ones you get for like $90. Then I play one Tsukuyomi for the flip monsters. It's the Astro Pack one, and I don't know if it's the English or the American version, but the Tsukuyomi Ultimate at the moment is around $100. So for Sangan there are many versions, but here again it's a Korean version, because the Korean version is really hard to get, and if you get it you have to pay around $120, so that's much more expensive than the retro pack version. Then I play two Night Assailants, again for the flip monsters, to be able to recycle them. And the Night Assailants, they're American from the Champion pack, and yeah, I once bought them for €80, but at the moment the Night Assailants they cost €250 or even $600. So here you have a big difference in price between Europe and the US market. I recently checked all the prices in Card Market for European prices and TCG Player for American. And Magician of Faith, I play 3 copies, so I decided to play 4 Light Flippers and 3 Magician of Faith and 1 Magical Merchant. And the Magician of Faith, they are like €450 or $400 at the moment, all super rare. Near mint condition, and as already mentioned, there's 1 Magical Merchant, because when you play 2, I think it's too risky to mill too many cards into your deck. And the Magician of Faith is just, in my opinion, better than the Merchant, and 5 would be too much, so I play 3 and 1. Then I decided to play the Morphing Jar in the main deck, because it can still surprise the opponent, because many people don't play Morphing Jar in the main deck, especially not in this deck build. And furthermore, when I play different flip monsters and I already got like 2 Noblemen of Crossout, then I can play the Morphing Jar, especially in the late game. So I think it's a very powerful card. And the Morphing Jar, price-wise, of course, is pretty pricey. It's €200 or $200 in near mint condition. Then I have 2 more monsters. One is a Tribe Infecting Virus, and here I play the price card from Japan, You get a sealed one for like $200, and Nearmint is like 150. I think it doesn't matter if you pay euro or dollars. And the last card, of course, is Sinister Serpent, and here it has to be the Serpiente Siniestra from the Felstum Kingdom, the game promo super rare. And so if you want to get a Sinister in this condition, it's about $3,000, 3,000 euro. Then we talk about the spell core. Of course, there's Trinity. I play the first edition Ultimate Rare Pot of Greed. This is like 200 euro, $200. Then there's Graceful Charity, first edition Secret Rare for like 80 euro or $45. I'm going to show you the prices in the end, so you can just make a screenshot or pause the video, and then you will see the prices. Delinquent Duo, first edition metal Magic Ruler. Just a second, because I'm losing my sheet here. And the Duo is like 60 euro, $80, first edition Nearmint. Then I decided to play Card Destruction, although I don't play Thunder Dragons, because still with all the cards I play, especially the Night Assailants, Card Destruction is a very powerful card. When you play OTK decks, you can just ruin your entire opponent. So there's the first edition starter deck YuGiOh card, and this card is around 10 euro, $30 in first edition. Snatch Steal, Magic Ruler, of course. A card for like 60 euro, $60. Then Metamorphosis, I play 3 copies. Because it's a Chaos Control deck I actually play here. So there are 3 Metamorphoses from Champion Pack, American version. They're all near mint to mint. And they drastically rose in price. So that's like 850 euro a card, or even $1,000 a card, Metamorphosis. Then I play 2 Noblemen of Crossout, Pharaoh's Servant, first edition. They are still pretty cheap, $30, 30 euro a card. And I play Book of Moon because I play a lot of flippers. So I decided not to play 2 copies, but 3 copies. Book of Moon from Champion Pack 1. And price-wise, they are 600 euro to $800 at the moment. So that's another 2K for these books. Then there's a Heavy Storm. The first edition Metal Raider card is already around 100 to 150, but the Korean card is harder to get, so I decided to play this one. So the Storm is around 200 euro, $200 secret rare. Mystical Space Typhoon, same thing here. The Ultimate Rare version got more expensive. It's 140 euro, $160. And then I play Scapegoat. So I was thinking about which Scapegoats to play, as I don't have these cards in English, so the Retro Pack ones, Scapegoat. So I decided to play the German. And so because the English, they cost 600 a piece, and I decided to play these for like 100 a piece. But the Ultimate Rares are also like 100. But as Retro Pack is the more rare version, I decided to play these German Retro Pack Scapegoats. And for the Scapegoats, I also play the Summer League tokens. So these 4 tokens, they cost another 600 to 700 euro if you want to get the entire playset near mint. And that's how the back looks. So sometimes people never know how they look in the back. That's how they look. Super cool, super nice. Yeah, so the tokens. And then about the trap core, as I play Jinzo, there are a few traps. So there is Ring of Destruction, Ultimate first edition. All the versions are pretty the same price. So I went for the Retro Pack 2, and this is like 120 euro, $100. But the foiling looks fantastic. Then I play 1 Sakuretsu Armor from Champion Pack. You could technically play more, but with Jinzo I only play 1. And Sakuretsu at the moment is 300 euro, $350. Then there's Mirror Force first edition, no Bandai, because here this is a, let's say modern card deck. So there's the first edition Metal Raider card. It's a faded one, so the normal card is around 200, let me see, $200 and 200 euro. $250. So Torrential Tribute, not collector's rare, it's the first edition Labyrinth of Nightmare, and this is Neiman condition, $120, 100 euro. ultra rare. And last card, last trap for the main deck, Call of the Hornet, another Korean card. For me, it was almost impossible to get it, so I value it pretty high. But if you get it, you will probably still pay €100, $100. But let me know, yeah, if you want to buy it, if you see any chances to get it. Call of the Hornet, secret rare, 100. So then I have a side deck, and for the side deck, I decided to play 3 copies of Gravekeeper Spy from Champion Pack. They're from Champion Pack 3, and at the moment they cost €300 or $350. So 3 of these. Then there's 1 Air Knight, if my opponent plays Scapegoat, or I just want to tribute more. Then, yeah, Air Knight Parshat, Legacy of Darkness, 1st edition. The same for Asura Priest, also against Scapegoat. So the Air Knight is probably like $40 for the Euro, and the Asura is the cheapest card here in this deck, but I think you still need it in the board. €20, $15. And I have a Spirit Reaper, that's €330 and $350. For traps, in the side deck, I play 3 copies of Solemn Judgment 1st edition, and Solemn Judgment at the moment is €200, $250, so 3 copies of these. And when I don't begin the match, then I will use my side deck and maybe put in 3 Trap Dust Shoots and don't play Jinzo anymore. So there are 3 Trap Dust Shoots from Champion Pack 5. And at the moment, these Trap Dust Shoots, when you are able to get a playset, they are like €350, $450 a card. And last but not least, depending on what your opponent is playing, I want to have the opportunity to board in Royal Decrees. So these are Royal Decrees from Tournament Pack 4. And Royal Decree at the moment is a €300, $400 card. 3 copies of these. So that's the side deck. And you've seen the deck. And in the end, I'm going to show you the list so you can pause it. Let me know what you think about the deck, and especially about the versions of cards I chose. And as promised, I'm going to put the laptop here. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Just a second. It's actually this one. And now you can just pause it. So let me know in the comments, or you can also comment it at Instagram. I'm going to post it soon. So yeah, that's the deck, and thanks for watching.